Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another video. If you've been watching my channel recently, you have hopefully seen my videos on building the Lincoln seats and turning those into furniture. And I've got another seat here. A friend of mine saw the Lincoln seat project and he sent me a picture of this seat and asked if I could turn it into an office chair. The organization he's working for is doing a charity event and they wanted to auction this off. So I've got this BMW X6M seat and I need to turn it into some sort of office chair, preferably one that rolls. We'll just have to see if it'll be stable enough on casters that we don't want it to tip over or anything. So let's take a closer look at the seat. As we can see, it is, I think this is merino leather. It's the nice soft leather, actually has a leather smell. It doesn't smell like plastic. And we've got perforated inserts and nice charcoal center. It's a very nice looking seat. With the perforations, I'm assuming this is a heated and cooled seat, but I'll have to pull the back off of it to see if it has blowers in it. Now the charity organization, they told me they don't care if any of the power or heat or cooling or anything works, but since how it has the controller under it and all the wiring and the switch cluster on the side, I'm going to see if I can at least get the power to work. That'll be pretty neat if they're auctioning it off to actually have that stuff move. And as you can see, it still has the plastic on it. So this is a brand new seat. It's never been in a car. And yeah, we'll see what kind of a design we can come up with. I want it to look pretty cool. The issue here, I only have about 2 weeks to get this done. So the Lincoln seats that are sitting over here in the corner and over here and the Mercedes seat, those will just have to wait for now as I run out of space in my little corner of the garage. But we'll push this one ahead. I'm going to try to work on some of the electrical stuff today, and then tomorrow I'll take it over to my buddy's shop that did the Lincoln seats and see what we can come up with. But for right now, let's disassemble the seat a little bit, try to figure out some of the electrical stuff and see if we can get it to power up today. I wanted to stop here real quick. So I took the back cover off. I wanted to get the airbag out of it because I don't want to give this to somebody with an explosive in the side of it. So it's not that hard. You just unclip a few things, undo a few of these little hooks here, and then the whole cushion kind of pulls up out of the way. Now that I have the module out though, I've got a divot in here. So if I pull the fabric tight, then you'll have a divot in here. So I'm probably gonna have to blow the airbag and then tape up the case and put it back in there. That way it fills that opening. But while I've got the seat back off of it, we can take a look inside real quick. It's kind of similar to the Lincoln. We've got 3 blowers up here, 3 small blowers up here. And this is the lumbar pad. It moves in and out. And we've got a few motors over here. A motor there and then there. And another one down here. And something else over here. I'm not sure quite what this white block is. It goes to, looks like some cables. Some like clear Tygon tubing. Oh, I wonder if those are air plat. That might be a little air pump, and then these are air lines that run up here to run the lumbar. So where the Lincoln uses a cable to squeeze to pull the whole pad forward and back, this probably uses air bladders. And let's see what else we've got. We've got another motor up here. I think the top half of this seat pivots forward and back, so that probably runs that. Not sure what these run. It's hard to tell. But there's a lot of technology in car seats nowadays. But let me pop the airbag. All right, I got it wired up here and around the corner of the garage. So I'm just going to jump it off the battery this time and let it pop. And remember, don't do this yourselves, blah blah blah, you'll hurt yourself, so don't be stupid. And that was a good pop. That'll be warm for a while. We'll just let that cool off because I'm going to need I'll probably need the gas generator for that little bracket. Unless I can just stuff this in the seat and tape it up. Well, it doesn't look classy, but a little bit of painter's tape, keep the case closed, and then this should fit back inside here. We got the cushion and the trim kind of all clipped back together, and with the airbag housing in here, it looks fine. There's no dent or divot or anything. It's not like moving around or anything. And I set the back trim piece back on, and there's no weird gap or anything along this line. So that'll be fine. And I'm gonna leave the back off of it for now in case I need to do something inside the seat. But the next thing I'm gonna tackle is the electrical. I've got the seat working. I figured it should work because everything, the control module's in there, and that's the switches are over here and the control module's in there. So I started with the simplest thing, as always, which is just to give power to the biggest wires, because those are obviously the highest current draw. So I gave power to the red and ground to the brown, and I could see it pulling a little bit of amperage. So I knew something was powering up, but the seat wouldn't do anything. So then the next thing I figured, I'm like, well, let's just see if there are any other power cables in this bundle, because something isn't happy in the seat to actually tell it to move. And by unwrapping this, you can kind of figure out the twisted pairs are always safety wires. So I can eliminate those two, which probably went to the airbag, and then the other two went to the seat belt. And then you've got blue, blue, brown, and this random red wire, and then this other random red wire. So I figured, what the hell? Why don't I just give some power to that red wire and see what it does? So I did that, and it started pulling a little more current without anything going on. So like right now it's sitting at 1/10 of an amp, and lo and behold, it works. So that's awesome. I'll load the seat up, we'll take it over to Brent's and work on some frames. Here we are at Brent's shop. Got the seat here and got it sprayed down with some Dollar, and he's gonna make a 3D scan of it. That way we've got some more exact measurements for the seat base and everything. And there we go.
Yeah.
Got all the pieces cut out. We'll let those cool and then see what Brent wants to do next. Got Brent taking a spin in the chair.
Rolls like a scooter, nice and flat.
It's the result of Brent's awesome engineering and design, and welding and fabrication.
It's all level.
Perfect. Time to paint it and then it'll be done.
Yeah.
Well, I've got the seat and the frame back to my shop, and I've got it all disassembled, and the plan today is to take a wire brush, just wire brush the outside of it, and then I'll flip it over and prime and paint the inside of the fixture. That way I can let it sit for a day or so, and then I can flip it back on its top side and then paint everything on the top. As we can see, the fixture is ready to go. I've just finished sanding the whole thing with 400 and wiped it down with acetone. Yesterday I painted the inside of the fixture, so it was on its back upside down. So I painted the inside of everything, and today I put the wheels back on it and taped those off. That way I could get the whole frame up off of the table a few inches. And as for paint, I'm going to be using Rust-Oleum Automotive Primer and Rust-Oleum Satin Black. I like using the satin black on something like this. It's a nice finish, it dries fast, and it's really durable. I have the primer coats finished, and it doesn't look too bad. The only issue is today it's so hot and so humid that it's drying almost before it hits the frame, so it has a really rough texture to it. And unfortunately I don't have any room in my air-conditioned garage to paint this right now, so I'm having to do it outside. So I guess instead of being able to directly top coat over this, I'll wait for it to dry overnight, then I'll sand it real quick tomorrow and then paint over top so that it will have a nice smooth finish. Hopefully it'll be a little cooler and less humid tomorrow. Now ideally I would have had this thing powder coated, but because of my limited time and almost no budget to do this project, that was kind of out of the question. Now that the seat frame is done, I wanted to start working on the side trims for the seat. And I was able to get a hold of a few contacts, and I was able to get all of the side trim for the seat. I was able to get so this is a driver's seat, I was able to get the outboard, so that's this one. I was able to get the outboard trim for the driver's side, and I was able to get the outboard side for a passenger seat, so this piece, as well as a switch cluster, which is just to fill the hole. It'll just be a dummy switch, it won't do anything, but it'll at least fill that hole. And I was able to get this bracket that this trim attaches to. And then I also have this piece here, this filler piece that goes right there. So it'll look nice once it's all together. It's all together now, and I think it looks pretty good. Everything is fitting like it should. Nice gaps. Everything's clipped together nicely. Got the back on the seat. Might be hard to tell in the shade, but
Everything fits like it's supposed to, and it's clipped together. And the passenger side, well, I guess driver's seat inboard side, the passenger seat outboard trim fits it nicely. Both sides have this little gap back there. And again, we've got our dead switch cluster here, but at least it fills the opening, so you don't have anything weird looking there. But everything is firmly attached. So I guess we're good to assemble it onto the frame. And here we have the final product. I think it came out pretty nice. The height's good. It sits comfortably. And using a $20 AC to DC converter from Amazon, I have all the power motions working. We have the side bolsters and the full lumbar, the thigh bolster, that's working. Obviously forward and back, which hopefully shouldn't need to move that. Just leave it centered on the seat frame. And recline, and the top of the seat back. So full power works. The only issue without it being in the car, and not having a body control module talking to the seat, if you leave it sit for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 minutes, the seat controller goes to sleep, and the only way to wake it back up is to unplug it, let it discharge, and then plug it back in, and then it works again. Which shouldn't be an issue if you're using it as an office chair. I would think you would just plug it in, move it where you want, and then you can unplug it and wrap the cord back up and roll around. And with the nylon wheels on this, it rolls really easily. So it should make a nice chair for somebody. Hopefully it goes for good money at the charity. So thanks for watching this video series, and make sure to check out the Lincoln seats. Those are almost finished as well. So thanks for watching, and subscribe to the channel.